Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Engineer Waqas Abdul Salam. I belong to Lahore. I serve as Assistant Director Electrical in Government Center of Excellence for Training and Development, GSTC Mogulpura, Lahore. I joined TAPTA in November 2016 as a regular principal in Government Technical Training Center, District Jail, Gujarat. During my tenure as a principalship, I have performed my administrative duties, my financial duties, and academic monitoring of the teaching activities in my institute. During my tenure, the admission of my institute was 100%. The result of the institute was also 100%. Cleanliness and maintenance standards were excellent. Discipline of the institute was remarkable. I have planted 4,000 plants within the premises of my institutes to provide a good and healthy learning environment for the trainees. In addition to the principalship, I have performed my duty as a master trainer of digitized monitoring and evaluation software, and I have implemented this software. I was implemented by this software in my institute and also in the four districts, also in technical institutes of the four districts of Punjab. I served there for a period of about 7.5 years. After that, I transferred to R&D Research and Development Section, TAPTA Secretariat, Lahore, as a assistant director. I have performed my duties of primary and secondary research for the establishment of new institutions and upgradation of the new institution. Similarly, the feasibility analysis for the establishment of new institution or upgradation of the new institution. Similarly, for the upgradation of courses and start of new courses. I have also conducted the gap analysis of the DA courses and I have performed TNA training need assessment. I served there for a period of about 6 months. After that, I transferred to Government Center of Excellence for Training and Development (GSTC) Nurpura, Lahore as a assistant director. Here, my key responsibilities were the conduct of training as a lead trainer, a master trainer. I have conducted the skill upgradation training in COE in the field of electrical, electrician, solar PV system, and renewable energy resources. I have conducted the industrial trainings which are conducted in summers in COE. These trainings are conducted on the floor of industries. The major industries which collaborate with us in this regard are PEL Private Limited, Unique Solar Private Limited, and Creative Electronics Private Limited, Sky Power Private Limited. So these industries not only collaborate with us for the conduct of training, but they also provide opportunities to our trainees to get job after the completion of training. In addition to that, I have performed the duties of international accreditation in COA Molpura, and all the tasks which assigned to me by the authority are completed within the time. Recently, I have joined artificial intelligence teachers training program, which is being conducted by the collaboration of TAPTA and Rehan Foundation, and I have assigned the task to watch a TEDx video of Sir Ken Robinson and to give a review presentation on this TEDx talk. So let's start. Sir Ken Robinson's TED Talk bring on the learning revolution calls for a fundamental transformation in education from the current industrial linear model to more organic, personalized approach that nurtures individual talents. He urges that reform efforts have been insufficient because they merely improve a broken system. Instead, Robinson advocates for a revolution in education that cultivates diverse ability and creates conditions where students naturally flourish according to their unique strength. Robinson critiques the conventional factory model of education, emphasizing its focus on conformity, standardization, and predetermined outcomes. He contrasts this with an agricultural metaphor for education, where the role of educator is to create environments conducive to growth and development, rather than mechanically shaping students. This model, recognizing human development as unpredictable and unique to each learner. Robinson stresses that education should be customized individual needs and talents rather than forced into a one size fits all curriculum. He highlights that genuine innovation in education requires challenging established norms and thinking beyond common sense to design personalized learning paths that encourage creativity and diversity. He calls on educators, policymakers, and technologists to leverage modern tools and resources such as multimedia, internet to support this revolution. By doing so, education can become more flexible, adaptive, and capable of fostering the full spectrum of human potential. So, the overall impact of this talk is both inspiring and practical, urging a shift away from an outdated educational framework toward one that recognizes and nurtures multiple intelligences and talents. His vision promotes joy, creativity, and lifelong learning as central to education, making it more relevant and effective for today's diverse learners. Sir Ken Robinson's theory of learning revolution elaborates on urgent need to move beyond the industrial model of education, which treats students like uniform products on an assembly line, toward an organic, personalized model that nurtures each individual's unique talent and creativity. Robinson believes a current education reforms only tweak a fundamentally broken system. Instead, a revolution is required, one that embraces diversity in learning styles, talents, and intelligence rather than conformity and standardization. He uses an agriculture metaphor to explain education, just as farmers create the right environment for seeds to flourish. Educators should create conditions that allow students' innate abilities to grow naturally. It means shifting from rigid curricula and standardized testing towards flexible, customized learning paths that encourage students to explore and develop their passions and strengths. Robinson asserts education should focus on enabling students to understand the world and their own capabilities so they can flourish and contribute meaningfully. Robinson underscores the importance of reigniting joy and creativity in learning, as many students currently disengage because education often does not feed their spirit or personal interests. He highlights examples of schools that have succeeded by prioritizing arts, teamwork, and personalized learning over strict discipline and testing, thus showing that when students are allowed to discover and cultivate their talents. Intellectual growth follows naturally. Additionally, Robinson believes modern technology should be harnessed to support this shift, offering tools to personalize education and break down geographical and resource barriers. The ultimate goal is an education system tailored to individual talents and passions, preparing students for a future economy that values creative problem solving and innovation rather than rote memorization and compliance. In summary, Ken Robinson's Learning Revolution is a call to redesign education as an organic, student centered process that celebrates human diversity and creativity, creating conditions where every learner can thrive and contribute to society in unique ways. Now, I want to give my own point of view about this TEDx. It presents a visionary yet practical critique of modern education, emphasizing the urgent need for change. From my point of view, this talk is a powerful reminder that education system must pivot from rigid standardized models to more flexible personalized approach that foster creativity and nurture individual talents. It highlights how many students' true potential remains untapped when education prioritizes conformity over diversity. The metaphor of education is an organic living process resonates strongly, illustrating that, like plants in a garden, learners need the right environment and encouragement to grow authentically rather than being forced into predetermined molds. This view aligns with the idea that education should celebrate different intelligences, learning styles, and interests, which prepare students better for a rapidly changing world where innovation is key. Moreover, Robinson's call to integrate technology and foster creativity within education is particularly relevant in today's digital age. The talk encourages educators and policymakers to think beyond traditional methods and design learning ecosystem where students are excited and empowered to learn. Overall, this TED Talk inspires a hope and necessary shift towards an education revolution that values human potential, creativity, and lifelong learning. It challenges us all to rethink how education can be truly transformational in nurturing the next generation of thinkers and creators. So, it was my point of view of about this TED Talk. So basically, this TED Talk uh, was presented by Ken Robinson. It's very useful for the exploration of creativity instead of conventional standardization and conventional learning method. So curiosity is the major factor in learning. By the help of curiosity, we can explore new knowledge, we can explore new skills, and this idea may be applied in future in technical education and vocational institutes of data where it can be applied. So it is a very helpful TEDx talks, and I have given